What you talking about? Are we having a bad dream? But how did I not?
Okay.
How am I there? Oh shit!
Whoever you is, once I find out who you are, I'm gonna fucking block your fuck ass from coming up in this fucking live.
I'm so scared right now. This is scary. Does
All right,
anybody else
so
hear
here we
something
go.
going on?
He's
What's
probably
happening,
on.
Craig?
He's
Craig, do
probably
not ignore
live.
what's happening. Oh,
He's
okay.
probably
Thank God.
live.
Woo, scared me. Oh my God.
I'm gonna find out who it is. I promise you that. Watch.
Oh shit, that scared the hell out of me. I thought that there was somebody else here that I didn't see, didn't
Good
hear,
morning,
and they was
guys.
here. Good
Good morning,
morning.
yo.
Like literally, that put a little. Oh my God,
So
fucked me up with that shit.
Y'all
this is
love
a
birds
pretty
finish.
long this is a pretty long debate. I don't want to go through the. We'll do this because this is smooth react. Okay, we'll do this
What's the
one.
debate about?
This isn't a man. This is a devil in physical form. Brother, what's your name? What's your name,
nasty
brother?
work.
You want
What's your name, brother?
You want a
What's your name,
podcast.
brother?
You
What's your
asked me a
name,
question.
brother?
You want a
What's your
podcast.
name,
You don't
brother?
know my name?
What's your name,
You want
brother?
a podcast.
I'm talking
You know
about
my
the
name?
demon in you.
No, you
not
want a
Coolie, the
podcast.
demon
You don't
in
know
you.
my name?
The demon in you. What's your name? The demon in you.
You don't know my name? You have very low IQ. All you speak is emotions. Emotionalism. You are a woman.
All right, guys, gotta talk about this fascinating debate between Yada Awakening and Coolie. Okay, now they did appear on a podcast by the name of Harley Initiated. I'll definitely leave a link in the description. Now, last time I saw Yada, he was debating Anton, okay, and Anton smoked him and ran him out the building. Okay, Anton gave him that work. And, you know, hey, now he's back debating Coolie. So I will give him some credit. He is resilient in regards to his talking points. And for this particular segment, they're going to be discussing, is marriage best for a man? Take a look.
Totally not against marriage. I think it's a beautiful thing. But as in regards to signing that piece of paper, that's a different story. That's not, you know, that doesn't make sense, actually. But I think, you know, people should definitely get married and strive to be married, men and women, through the church, where, you know, it's not these laws that incentivizes the other party to break it.
Got it. So essentially you're saying you respect the union of marriage, but you don't agree with the legal
Just the laws,
aspect.
just the, you know, the legalities behind it. No.
Got it. So personally, yourself, just if you're talking to a guy, you're giving him some game, you would probably say, hey, brother, like, I don't recommend you legally get married. That would probably be a recommendation you make for a brother.
Well, no. That's not even a recommendation. I would say, hey, if you're going to go into something, you have to go in smart, right? And one, you want to know first who you're going in this contract with. Also, I would, recommend a prenup. You know what I mean? So this person isn't incentivized to divorce it. Currently, right now, we live in a society where women are pedestalized, and they are pedestalized in a way where they only prioritize how they feel, generally speaking. So there's a lot of women that 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. And a lot of these divorces is because I woke up one day and he's not the guy for me. He's not the guy for me anymore. I don't like him anymore. Now, of course, there's many other reasons, cheating and all of these other type of things that's involved in to why the woman initiates the divorce. But if you actually look at it, which I've studied it, it's a lot of it is because it's feelings.
And Yada, what is your opinion on this?
Man, first I want to say, in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, strengthen me, allow God to speak and the devil to be quiet. Praises. Let me do this. I want to. I want to speak to the Red Pill Society for a moment. I really want to speak to these brothers because I understand that a lot of you men are hurt. Like, a lot of you men are hurt. I was in a relationship with a woman, and when I started to exit from this woman told everybody I beat on her, right? I was facing 44 years in prison. The internet ran with it. They ran with it. They didn't need no documents. All they need is she filed for these things, and that was the proof for them. 44 years. They me to plead to 15 years. for something I did not do because a woman said I did something because she told me if she couldn't have me, she'd rather me be dead. So I have every reason to say, man, you know, marriage, it's just not for me. Women, I just can't trust them. Mind you, I'm facing 44 years in prison. My wife that I have was pregnant at the time. I fall into a state of being a complete alcoholic, a drunk. I turn drunk. I'm losing my mind, literally falling apart. Mental breakdown after mental breakdown after mental breakdown, fall into a deep state of depression. My wife comes in the room. Bro, I have some scissors to my neck. I'm like, it's over with. It's over with. Everything I'm cursing God. God, you ain't nothing. You're not real. You don't exist. Because why would you do this to me? Everything I've been through, this is how I'm going out? And I'm not afraid to be incarcerated. I'm a man wherever you place me. Wherever you place me, I'm standing how I stand, period. And those that know. But this is how I go out. 44 years, plea to 15. I turn into a complete alcoholic. My wife comes in. My wife, the beautiful one you see me posting all the time. She see me at my lowest. My lowest. Scissors to my neck. She comes in, what are you doing? I push her. She runs to the neighbors for help, to help me. Somebody, help this man. Guess what my neighbors do? They clip it for 15 minutes of fame.
Wow.
And says he beat her. There's no documents, there's no police records, there's nothing. So I have every reason to dislike women, especially women that look like me, because these were black women. Black women. Mentally falling apart. I'm talking about, you followed me for how long, brother?
About 5 years now.
Did you see all that stuff that's going online? Yada's a woman beater. Yada's a woman beater. Yada's a woman beater. Why? I was facing 44 years, plea down to 15, but look at Yada. Look at Yada. Where's the guilty at? No one cared. So Red Pill, I can understand why y'all frustrated. I've been there. I've been attacked by a woman that said she loved me, told me if she couldn't have me, she'd rather me be dead. I understand. But when I sit across from men like him with no substance, and it comes to relationships and marriage, he comes from a place of fear. We have to understand when it comes to marriage, it's deeper than a piece of paper. We're talking about being ordained by God, and a lot of men suffer from divorce because no one has properly told them how to choose a woman. If a man knows how to choose a woman, he does not have to worry about divorce. Me, when that woman was giving me 44 years to say I beat her, I chose that woman. They can go online right now and will not see no response about anything she said. There's no video ever of me speaking bad about this woman because I take full responsibility. responsibility for what goes on in my life. That's what men do.
and Moses, and I think Craig was there, and I was talking about this when I was referencing a guy that was making money online on this dating shit, and he was telling women about men that don't cheat, etc. And he took hella money from these people. Like they were buying, he bought like a Rolls Royce, he bought a new house, he bought his girl a car, all types of shit. But then he lost hella money once they found out that he cheated on his girl.
Okay,
Well, I mean, that's part.
OG. You know why? If he married his girl and and he married her, that's a contract. If you break that
I,
contract, you know you can sue that person, right?
no, it's not. It's not about that. No, no, no. See, bro, I need you like to really like pay attention. The base that he had,
Bro, don't let
right?
him
The
talk to you like that,
females
bro. He's the one
that
Oh,
was
not
now what the
making
making
fuck?
money.
sense.
I'm just totally.
So when you step into marriage and you have to doubt the woman that you're with, you've already lost. You've already lost. I believe every man that's following the will of the Most High God.
Yeah, so this
Because
is what
if
we're
I'm
gonna do. We're
not
gonna play a little bit more. We're
mistaken,
moving past
God
this shit.
says when you find a wife, you find a good thing. Am I mistaken?
No.
When you find a wife, not shack up with a woman, not have a babies by a woman and not claim her, but when you find a wife, you find a good thing. That's why you have to stop following men like this. He's a shack up man. He shacks up with women. And I know for a fact, he was raised in a single parent household. He's
This
never
ain't no
seen his
Christian
mother
talking.
properly loved. This isn't a man. This is a devil in physical form. Brother, what's your name?
Listen, so I muted you, Box 3, but I muted you for a reason. The way that we do things over here, whenever we're playing a video, if you're not quiet, nobody else can hear the video. So if you talk over that, that's one thing. If you want me to stop it, then ask me. I'll stop the video, and you can say whatever you want to say, and we'll move on.
My
But
bad,
that's just
man.
kind of the
My
way things
bad. I've
work
been
around
up a
here.
little while.
Please
You get it?
respect that.
Yeah.
I got you. But like,
No,
if you want me
I'm
to
with
stop
it.
it,
Wait,
just let me
Craig,
know.
can I
I'm gonna
say
play a
something?
What's
little
your
bit
name,
more.
Nasty
brother?
work. You want
What's your name, brother?
You
Craig,
want
can I
What's
say
your name?
something?
Yep, yep, yep. Go ahead,
One
brother.
thing that was I wanted to say is that when you talking about religion and then he's talking about religion and talking about the marriage into it, the man is the leader of the household, correctly?
Yeah, traditionally,
Yep.
for sure.
Traditionally, the man,
If he's leading
majority,
properly.
the man's supposed to lead the household no matter what. So if the man leads the household and he decides, hey, I'm gonna put religion into my relationship, which is gonna be a healthy relationship, then going to a club. If you have married somebody who's in a club and you marry that person because they're in a club, where's the relationship gonna come together at? But if you marry somebody in the church, that you got married in the church, that you're married in the church, whatever you putting your marriage into the church life as a bond to kind of stay together. Because also, when people go into being counseled, because a lot of people it don't matter if you're black or white. A lot of people like to do counseling. Oh, I need counseling. I need counseling. Well, if you have church, you don't need counseling because the counsel goes on every Sunday,
Oh my
correctly or
You
God!
not.
got the
Tell that to the
I
Christians that
counselor
get
disagree
divorced.
with
24/7.
that. I
Tell that to the
disagree with
Christians that
that.
get
Just
divorced.
because, just because you go to church and like you believe in the Lord and lean not to your own understanding and everything else like that. If you need counseling, I don't feel like that the pastor is the person that you should go to. You should go to an actual licensed marriage counselor. Like
Mm-hmm.
you should go to
Mm-hmm.
somebody that actually has the degree and pedigree to actually guide
Mm-hmm.
you, because there are things that take more than just prayer.
There you
This is
go.
just my opinion as a married person. There's things
Mm-hmm.
that take way more than just prayer that we probably need to get through, because prayer without works, what are you doing? You have to put actions behind things. And
True.
when you go to a counselor, sometimes you have to take a step back and be like, what are we doing? And I just don't feel, in my opinion, that leadership is always equipped for that. And I'm going to land that there.
I like that. I like what you said right there. Because that's true. Because, like, the Christians are supposed to be, like, the most loving people, and I just don't feel that. Like, they don't. Like some do, some are for real, but some just want to like say what they know and they're like got their motives are twisted. Like if I know this, if you put God first, like you say you put God first and the marriage, all that stuff, even if it don't work out, it don't matter because the first love is who you know is the first love.
Bruh. Oh my God.
Uh,
Like,
I don't. I don't. I'm sorry, OP. I really. I don't agree with you.
I don't agree
I
with that either.
understand it. I understand it to a certain degree. So
Mhm.
if you're married to somebody and you're neither one of you are religious, then you're probably not going to seek the counsel of a preacher,
Right.
right?
oh,
You're probably not
Absolutely.
going to do that. But for those people that are religious, that truly feel that this is all spiritual anyway, that it's a spiritual union. Thanks, Y2K. Then if it's a spiritual union, why wouldn't you seek the counsel of the preacher in order
Mm.
to try to rectify whatever issues
Thank
you
you.
have
Thank you.
within your relationship? I think you have to.
Because marriage is more than just a spiritual connection. Like if we're always working on the spiritual aspect of our marriage and not everything else, then what are you actually fixing? You're only fixing one part, which is a part of the reason why I believe in therapy. I believe in therapy all the way around. I believe in marriage counseling, personal therapy, grievance counseling. I believe in it all because it's all necessary to just
Can I tap
everyday
in on
life.
this?
Go ahead,
tell number
friends. Go
one.
ahead.
Number one's got something.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Fo. Go ahead, Des. Go ahead, Des.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh,
Appreciate
I
you.
I agree and disagree with both of you, right?
Okay.
I feel like you're both kind of saying the right things, but kind of for the wrong reasons in a sense,
Okay.
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
You're OP. You're right in the sense that typically when you go to um a person of the cloth, a minister or something like that for
Mhm.
marriage counseling, you're absolutely correct. They're gonna focus on biblical uh biblical perspective solutions, right? Which may or may not address what's going on in the marriage because it's based in and when people use the word spirituality, they kind of use it wrong, but for the sake of conversation, I'll go ahead, I'll use it. It's based in spirituality. So, there are things that have to do with spirituality that will kind of try and trump psychology, if you will. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
But the truth of the matter is that religion and spirituality is derived from psychology. So it shut that right there lets you know that the root issue is psychology when you're talking about marital issues and so on and so forth. It's the psychology of those two people come together to make another psychology, the psychology of that union, right?
Mhm.
Now, the part where you're right, Craig, is that it's still a quote unquote spiritually based issue because psychology is based in spirituality, right? The problem is that we've been taught that spirituality is this hoodoo, voodoo, all that stuff, and it doesn't have anything to do, or it's separate from the way your brain works. But that unfortunately isn't true. So what I would say is this: if your marriage is based on the Bible, you really don't need a preacher. You dig what I'm saying? All you would need is the Bible. But people don't believe in the Bible, so they run to a preacher to tell them what they're supposed to know, are supposed to study, are supposed to learn. Same token as on the other side of the coin, though, when you go to a psychologist, you need to be making sure that you're getting someone that has truly done their study first in psychology and then in
Mhm.
relationship. Oftentimes, it's one or the other. And lastly, what I'll say, in any of these cases, I would never suggest going to a black woman, unfortunately, in today's time.
I
No.
agree. I agree. 100%.
Des, I'm gonna say this, Des. You were right at what you just said. You really were. But like I was saying, like with my marriage, my main thing I argue with my wife about, we have language barriers, and
Mm-hmm.
I would not go to a counselor because that counselor cannot help my wife to go through her situation because my wife was almost a nut. So when we argue about something, first thing she's gonna say, let's talk to the priest about it. That's who we married her, so we're gonna go to church because she was into the church no matter what. So our religion, like our marriage, is based around our religion.
On
Yes,
your
it is.
religion. Yeah.
And so, yes, I'm not gonna go to a counselor. I'm gonna
Morning,
go
Dago.
to my father, my
What's
church,
happening?
somebody in my church members.
You know what? You know why I would suggest the counselor over the church?
But wasn't God the counselor?
Yes,
No,
but
No,
here's,
no,
God,
go
no,
ahead, Des.
no.
I'm sorry.
God's
Go
not the
ahead.
counselor. God is not the counselor.
No.
that was not the counselor.
Oh.
No.
But
So that's why
the
my
reason
wife banged the Sunday school teacher. That what y'all talking about? That's why I'm.
it
No.
So
might be the
y'all tell
reason.
me what's up. I
Go
done
ahead,
did
Des.
all the counseling,
Go ahead, Des.
all the
Go ahead,
therapy
Des.
sessions,
what
laid
what
hands
I'm
on us both, and she still fucked the Sunday school teacher. So what am I supposed to do?
well, so I must be on to
Hold on,
something.
old man. Hold on. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Des.
your
Go ahead, Des.
wife just sounds like she was a whore. That's what
She
she
what?
sounds
No,
like.
I wouldn't
Listen.
call her a whore.
Everybody
She just
makes mistakes.
made some choices. But
That's what
anyways,
I'm saying.
the reason why I would suggest a counselor over the church or a church counselor is because honestly, typically in relationships, marriage, that kind of a thing, usually the biggest issue, it ain't if you praying or not. It ain't if y'all tithes is regular. I mean, I'm gonna go down the list of most biblical stuff. It ain't whether you love Christ or not. It ain't whether you're loving him right or not, because these are the things they're gonna go over in Christian counseling. They're gonna, well, what's your spiritual walk look like? Are you focusing on God? You know, this is what they're gonna do. I know, I've been there, I've done this real intimately. From both sides of
Hmm.
the table, right?
Okay.
These are the things they're gonna talk to you about. But honestly, the pretty much the number one issue in relationships, marriages, or any of thing like that is communication. It's communication
Thank
based
you.
because it's what it is it's issues that party A has within themselves versus issues party B has within themselves, which both of those issues could typically be worked out if either or if both of them typically, because both of them typically have to know how to communicate those issues. That's really it.
What's your
That's
name,
that's
brother?
the
What's your
biggest
name,
fucking
brother?
thing
What's your
in
name?
marriages typically. You dig what I'm saying? So when you go to
This is
a
real
Christian
life, though,
counselor,
man.
when you go to a Christian counselor, they're gonna take you all around the merry-go bush to take you to try and lead you to God first. You dig what I'm saying? As opposed to directly dealing with the issue, which is, like I said, typically the people not being able to communicate to with each other efficiently.
Wait, Des. Wait, Des. Before I got married, we had to go to a wedding retreat, and that wedding
Uh-huh.
retreat it takes 6 weeks to go to a wedding retreat. Before we got married in the Catholic Church, we had to go to a wedding retreat, and that retreat was not just based on religion. It was based on how to cope together as one, because we're coming from two different fields of households. So when you combine two households to one household, how to combine each other. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, say, for instance, someone sit there and say, "Oh, women's come first, or a man go first." Well, when we did the treatment, the retreat, we did it as a couple, and they try to teach you as a couple to be together. Because this is my third marriage, and this is my first time I got married in the church. Because the first two was in the court. So my third marriage, I got married inside the church. So I want to make sure I know how to keep this marriage together. See what I'm saying? So I did it in the church. I did a lot of things in the church. Go ahead. Now I'm done.
Yeah. Now
Oh,
you.
go ahead,
I
Dad.
want you to
So,
peep. I want
go
you to
ahead.
peep something. And the points that they made were psychological. Those were psychological points. You dig what I'm saying? They just add the God stuff later. They add it's kind of like I mean, you're already kind of indoctrined to that part of the belief anyways, right? So since that typically is the basis of our indoctrination, of course, you know what I mean, the marriage course is gonna have to be painted God too. But you just said it yourself. These were psychological principles that you guys were learning how to take your life and add it to, or have her add her life to your life, and y'all life come together. You know, that's social. That's sociology. You dig what I'm saying? And that type shit.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I mean? But I mean, it makes sense that they would provide that at church because they want their relationships that start at church, you know, to be successful as they possibly can. You dig what I'm saying? But the truth of the
Mm-hmm.
matter is, the root of relationship, not marriage. Marriage is biblically based, but the root of relationship is absolutely, positively, without a doubt, psychology and physiology.
I would say that every church isn't cookie cutter scripted, because every person that's the head of that church, the shepherd of that church, isn't the same.
Right.
Although it be that they don't pass around a script to tell everybody. Well, just let me finish real quick, brother. Every preacher, every leader's personality is different. Whatever that couple is dealing with, it of course it's a Christian based foundation, but it might be financial. It might be um I'm not getting attention, right? But it boils down to the
It can
communication
also
thing.
be sexual. Mm-hmm.
It's a plethora of things, but um what the counseling that I had, right, through my pastor, it wasn't just negative stuff. We don't go to counseling just for the negative, just for the, well, this is what she doing and this is what he doing. I did find out a lot of
Mm-hmm.
stuff that I wasn't seeing from her perspective. And then it's a okay, look at yourself in the mirror, Dago, and what is it that you are doing or not doing, and what are you not communicating? You know, because I am to love her as Christ loved me. I am to
Right.
sacrifice myself for her. But when we get in this thing, this relationship thing, we will tend to think, oh, she ain't going nowhere. She good. He good. Everything's straight. Missing out on the talking and the communicating. That's why I agree with Des. The foundation of it is communication. But the Christ part that comes out is the accountability on my end, not just pointing the finger. That's what I found out. But I don't know 15 or 30 different pastors on how they do it, because I'm not under 15 or 30 different pastors. And I haven't sat down in the seat and watched them counsel different relationships. And none of us have. I just went
Well,
from
well,
my
well,
pastor. You get what I'm saying?
well, they go. Wouldn't that, well, in that literal statement that you just made, wouldn't that make the first statement that you made? Wouldn't that be completely contradictory to that first statement that you made? The first statement that you said is, you said, not all pastors, dot 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 dot. But then you ended everything you said with, I don't know how other pastors do it. I just know how my pastor do it. So if you only
No,
know the
no,
way your pastor do it, then you wouldn't have a comparison on whether they all do it the same or not.
no. I'm not saying that. That's not a cookie cutter. No, you said that this is what they do,
Oh,
assuming that the cookie cutter is being passed around and all pastors know to follow the same script when it comes to marriage counseling. And I'm just saying that's not the case. I
but you
mean,
don't. But
they're
you're
not
saying in
cookie
the same
cutter.
breath you don't know.
No,
You're
I'm
saying in
saying
the
I
same
don't
breath
know. I
that you
don't.
don't know. I'm telling you that I do know. I do have a little bit of more insight about how it is, how the program is passed around, even nationally. Nationally,
No,
there are very key points. There are very key points that almost every pastor, in fact, it's becoming more and more generalized, one movement type of a situation. That's why you can go now, oftentimes, and you remember it used to be black church, white church. Now you see that these things are really converging because of just what I'm explaining. There's an organization. There are this and all of these churches ain't coming from a whole bunch of different organizations. It looks that way.
Cookie
It
cutter marriage
appears that
counseling.
way. Bro, listen. Man, look, bro. Just what I just said. All right, so the principles of relationship issues are 85 to 90% communication. Everything else comes from that. And then you add on Christ or the Bible because that's what you're already emotionally attached to solidify the information or give it the most value because it's coming from a Christ perspective. If it were true that the Christ perspective was necessary for the counseling, then the counseling wouldn't work in any other aspect but without Christ, meaning the only people that would be successful in this context would be people who went to Christian counselors. But we know that's not true. There are people that go to Muslims counselors. There are people that go to atheist counselors that don't talk nothing about Christ, spirituality, or nothing like that. But there's one key component that all of them talk about, and it's communication.
Yeah,
Communication.
it depends
That's
on
what did I start off
what
with?
the
Did I say
people
that
are
from the
going
get
there,
go?
what the people are going there for. And yes, it's to open up the who, what, when, where,
Dialogue.
and why we, not
Can
and I'm
I say
saying not just.
something?
Yeah, go ahead,
It's
sweetheart. Go
almost
ahead,
never
sweetheart.
about what they
Hold
doing.
on.
It's about what they're
Oh,
not doing.
I agree with that,
So,
Des. But hold on. Let OP in there. Get in there, OP.
so
Go
here's
ahead.
here's the thing, right? And because I realized, in the past couple of years that I'm one of the few people that is very much so active in church. And when it comes down to counseling, I don't go to my pastor as much as I love my pastor. It's because just because of the fact that he has his doctorate in divinity, it doesn't make him a counselor. It doesn't make him a therapist. It doesn't make him any of that. He is a
Okay.
pastor. So when it comes down
Okay.
to the affairs of my marriage, he is not the person, good morning, that I look to when it comes down to guidance and understanding and transparency and everything else like that. Is he my spiritual leader? Yes. But am I going to him about my marriage? No, because I just don't feel like he's qualified. I don't feel like any pastor is
So
qualified. If
can
I'm
I
going to be honest,
ask a
go
question real
ahead.
quick?
Hmm.
If marriage is considered a union, a spiritual union between a man and a woman, that it's a divine thing and it is to be cherished. Both parties have yoked themselves evenly. Then why wouldn't, like, it doesn't make sense why you wouldn't reach out to your divine spiritual leader for assistance. It just doesn't make
Well,
sense to me.
I mean, the
Hold
reason
on.
why it doesn't make
Okay, I can answer now. No, I was in the office real quick. So you want to know what I think it is with me? I've been in therapy for years before getting married, first time and second time. So it just made more sense to just get a marriage counselor. Like for me, I've had seeking spiritual counseling and other things. I just don't do it as far as my marriage is concerned. Because yes,
Okay. I got a question.
are there moments where we do need the Bible? Yes, there moments where we need prayer. But like what I said earlier, prayer without actions, what are we doing? Like, yes, spiritual warfare and all that other stuff, great. But there are other things that happen that in relationships that it's more in the physical realm than in the spiritual. Like other things, it's too early for me to get into details because I know how my mouth can get, and I'm at work, so I gotta watch my words.
Okay, but OP, you just said, wait, hold on. You just said two things though, that you've been doing marriage counseling for both your marriages, and if that didn't work, why would you not seek to say that if you got married in church, why would like Craig said from the get go, like even what I said, I go to my father. I wouldn't pay somebody to go to a marriage counselor to sit there and tell me, oh, you're wrong, who's right or wrong, and making choices because they going like I've been to a wedding counselor with my second marriage, and that shit didn't work. Me going now with
That's
my
kind of
with my father now, with the pastor of my church now, the two pastors, the two fathers of the church, we had a counseling with. Yeah, I paid. I went and had a discussion, and they didn't judge about our things. It was about open minded, and we didn't talk about religion. We talked about self righteousness of how to be together as one. Like I said from the get go, making making two different households come to be one. That's what we had communications with. And I'm sitting there
but
saying,
shot.
well,
You
I
just
wouldn't want to trust nobody else. I wouldn't trust nobody who just want a paycheck. That's
shots.
why I look at a
So
No,
marriage
and then,
counselor as a
she didn't.
paycheck.
well,
Hold on.
that's
She didn't
why.
say that. But you also supported what she said, though. You also supported. Y'all don't even know how y'all supporting exactly what she's saying. So you literally just said that you went to your leader of your church, right? And I want to shot at answering your question, Craig. But let me respond to this first. You just said that you went to the leader of your church and he was the one that was counseling you guys on your marriage, right? But you also literally just made the statement that y'all wasn't even really talking about church stuff. Y'all was
No.
talking about the principles of relationship. Y'all were talking
Yes.
about psychology. So it goes right back to basically what she said. Now you got blessed that he's probably an older gentleman who's probably got a lot of experience, a lot of people coming to him and seeing what works and what don't
Why
work
that
in this kind of a thing. You see what I'm
KKK
saying? It would make
picture
sense.
above?
It would
KKK
make sense that
picture.
he would actually have some information on how to do that. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, he didn't even go the church route or the churchy route type shit. I'm sure he mentioned, you know what I'm saying, you guys' faith in this and that and the other, but the principles of what he was talking about were based in communication, fucking psychology. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
might have gotten into a little physiology. You know what I'm saying? My point is this. All right, and that goes back to what I was gonna say to Craig to answer his question. It's because we're mistakenly programmed to believe that marriage is a spiritual union. It's not necessarily, or not necessarily not. Again, often we've been taught to use the word spiritual incorrectly. It's a union of peoples. It's a union of two souls. But neither one of those souls, it's not those souls never become one. In fact, even in the Bible, if the husband dies, it's not the merit of that relationship that sends one or the other to heaven or hell. It's the merit of that person individually. This absolutely solidifies that this is not a spiritual union. The only spiritual union that occurs from a relationship between human beings is the child. That's it.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull up my where's it? Let me see something real quick. Hold on. Hold on. Pull this out. Hold on. See something. Let me read something real quick. Go ahead and talk. I'm gonna look for my wedding certificate. Hold on, guys. Go ahead and go.
Yep. I mean, that's the reason why, Craig, because it's basically you know how you got summer camps. You got summer camps all over the place, right? You probably got a Nickelodeon themed summer camp, a Disney themed summer camp somewhere. Somebody probably got a theme of their favorite football team, and you know what I'm saying. But the basis of it all is that it's summer camp, right? That's the part you can't take away, and that's the thing that's really happening everywhere. The rest of it is just kind of tuned to specific individual desires or whatever. This is the same thing as basically what kind of OP is saying is when you go to the therapist, they specialize in psychology, relationship sociology, that kind of thing. When you go to your spiritual leader, quote unquote, they specialize in spiritual stuff, and that's a whole nother conversation. But they
Right.
specialize in that. You feel me? So basically, what they're gonna do is, of course, they're gonna sign you up for the summer camp that includes the spiritual stuff. But what you really needed was just the summer camp. You just need the summer camp. I mean, it's good that it makes you more comfortable that you go to the Nickelodeon summer camp because your room is painted Nickelodeon. It makes sense.
But
That makes
but
sense. But the fact of the
but
matter is, you're just
Des,
in the summer camp.
it's a lot of Christian summer camps. Like in Texas, it's a lot of Christian summer camps. Because I take a lot of kids through the summertime to different summer camps, and it'd be a
That
lot of
was
Christian
just
summer
he
camps.
just used that as a
Oh,
hypothetical,
He,
bro.
it
That's
was
it.
an
okay,
example.
okay, okay.
Damn.
Go ahead. My bad, Des.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm like, huh?
That's crazy as hell.
Hey, wait, hold on.
No, but
That is
I
lying.
got. Okay, listen real quick. This is what I'm going to say. I want to read my certificate. Now, nowhere on my certificate it says anything in the state of Texas that anything dealing with God at all. It just says in the
No,
United of Harris County. Reason I'm
that's
saying that. Reason I'm saying that because like Dad said, it's not what you said earlier, Des. It's not a
A
spiritual
spiritual
bond.
union. Yeah, it's
It's a
not
spiritual
spiritual
union, and
union.
that's why I pulled it out because I want to make sure that it didn't say in like a dollar bill. It says in God we trust. So I wanted to make sure on Harris County it doesn't say anything about God at all. It just says in the certificate of Harris County, certificate of marriage,
there's a
marriage certificate.
difference. There's a difference
Yeah.
in the union being based on uh, a governmental standard versus the union being based in a religious from a religious
I mean,
standpoint.
but
So
just
that
look
union
at it
that you're
logically,
looking
though.
at is just a contract. That is a physical contract that you have both signed saying that you will be together. That you'll file your taxes together or whatever.
Marriage by the Bible is literally a physical contract. It's called a covenant. A covenant
Yeah.
is an agreement made by two
By
people
words,
or
though.
more. No, sir. No, sir. Listen closely. By blood. That is what distinguishes a covenant from a simple agreement. It is sealed by blood, which makes it what? Physical.
Yeah, but being sealed by blood is just making reference to the children that are to come.
No, sir. It's not a reference. It's legalities.
What?
It's always legalities, my bro. The other stuff is
Yeah.
sensationalized information. I'm telling you from the perspective of people who was learning how to do it, bro. That's the reason why. Listen, this is the reason why the marital bed had to be looked at the next day to see if there was hymen blood broken, because the marriage in the sense of when this idea of marriage was created, the marriage was not solidified at the altar when they said I do or stomped on the
Right.
glass or
It was
jumped over the broom.
consummated.
It was solidified right
Consummated.
It
there.
was solidified when they broke that blood, when they shared that blood, when they sealed that agreement in blood.
I ain't taking my fucking blood for nobody. Fuck that. The divorce of the day.
Yeah, but that was also when virginity. That was also at a time when virginity was coveted. It's not even coveted anymore.
But I got something. Did y'all hear this lately? Did y'all hear this lately? Trump has passed a law. If you've been with a girl, living with somebody for more than 5 years, you're now legally married.
That's a lot of states got that. It's called common law marriage.
Yeah, but normally it's
But
after, I think it was
he's
always
probably making
10,
it federally.
7, 10 years. Yeah.
He's probably making it federally acknowledgeable, which would be cool. That would be cool. Because there's a lot of people who don't believe in the conventional idea of
No, it's
having.
gonna pass September 1st. September 1st is gonna start. It's gonna react on September 1st. He's already passed it. He already made it a law. September 1st is gonna take effect.
No,
September 1st.
He signed an executive order. Executive orders get challenged all the time. So I mean, he can set a date.
But you want to know?
The Christians
but
are about to go nuts about that.
But you want to know what I've never understood? But why would it be challenged if you've been together and the two of y'all are committed to each other and y'all been living together for 5 years? Then y'all
because
together.
Christians covet marriage in a different way.
No,
my
that's
son
not why.
don't want to marry.
My
son been his girl for 10 years and they had 3 kids. And you know, my son says he does not want to get married to her at all. And they've been together 10 years. That's his first piece of pussy, and he's loving it, but he does not want to get married.
That's why Christians will challenge it, because Christians covet marriage in a different way. Your average everyday person might challenge it too, because the reason why they don't get married It's so that they don't put themselves on paper for the government to see it.
Yep.
No, I want to see if I really want to see if they throw as big a fit about it. They should, and I ain't saying that they are right about it, but I'm saying by the perspective by which they fight all their battles, they should be up in arms about this. But something tells me they not gonna be, not as much
They're not.
as maybe say they would as the homosexual unions. You know what I'm saying? Because
No, child
quite
support union.
frankly,
That's mainly look at child support. That's what I mainly look
quite
at. It
frankly,
says,
this is. But I'm saying this is the same
Oh,
fight.
okay.
This is really the
It's
same
trap.
fight. Because what basically
Call
what
it
people
trap.
what people say what he's saying is you don't need God to get married no more.
yeah.
That's literally what this bill is saying. It's saying you don't need God to get married no more because that's been the thing, right? We got to
But
go get the
that like that.
paperwork and we got to go,
Yeah,
you know.
but this is one thing true. No matter whatever you do, whatever you're gonna do, if you get married at church or not, I got married in Mexico. Get married, I had to come back to Texas and get married in the state of Texas because I had to get
I
married in the
always got
court
to go
in
through the
Texas.
government.
But you got to go to the government, and that's what Fix it say
Yep.
to make your stuff to make it final seal that you're married, and she can legally change her name to whatever it got to be. You got to go through the government, and you got to go. And you got to go.
More evidence that it's not a spiritual union.
There you go. That's why I pulled a paper to make sure it didn't say
Hold
God on the paperwork.
Hold
It didn't say
on.
that.
There is a completely different type of marriage, though. There's a marriage that the government looks at and says, oh, that is marriage. And there is a marriage that the church looks at and says, oh, that is marriage.
Negative.
There
You
is.
cannot
No,
get
no,
It's
married. No,
not looked at
it's
the
true.
same
It's true.
way.
It's
Yes.
let me
true. It's
help you. Let
true.
me help
It's
you,
true,
Craig.
Des. It's
You
true,
cannot.
Des.
Hold on. No, hold on. Let me tell you how it's not. When you find me the church, the 501c3 church that allows you to get married without a government certificate, then that will make that statement true. But you are not going to find it.
I can, because when I got married in Mexico, I had to get permission by the
I'm talking about
bishop
in the
to get
United
married.
States. I'm talking about in the United
But
States.
I had to get married twice. I had to get married twice to my same wife because
Exactly.
I
Just
got
proving
Right,
married.
my
which
I
point.
proves
got
his
married in the
point, but
church
that
in
proves his
Mexico.
point.
You literally just
That
proved my
proves
point.
his point.
No, so what I'm saying is that our government forces you to sign a contract. The church doesn't force you to sign
Nah,
that
no,
contract.
No, they
no.
don't, bro. That's what. Listen, bro. You sensationalizing the information. The government does not force you to do anything. And in fact, if anybody forces you to do anything, it would be the church because the church won't marry you without a government certificate.
You're right.
We
You're right
Listen,
on
got
Right,
that.
married.
I'm
We
telling
didn't.
you,
You're
When
you're
I
right
not
on
got
trying to
that.
live
married, we
out something
didn't
I
have
don't
You're
to
right
have
on
know,
that
that.
bro. I'm
You're
certificate.
right on
telling
right.
that.
you.
That is a fact.
That's correct.
You
I
can
had to go get. I had to go
because
file for my paper. Yes,
there
yes.
was a couple
We
there was
got
a
our
I'm
couple
telling you
that
the
certificate
wanted
God's
after
to
the
honest truth,
fact.
bro.
celebrate.
I
There
know it
was a
don't
We got our.
sound
couple.
good, but it's the truth.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
But
the
you,
there
truth.
was
We
a
got
couple
our
you're
that
right.
was trying
certificate
to
after the
celebrate.
fact. That's what I'm telling you. We got
You
our
No,
got it after
certificate
the
after
fact,
the
what
but
he
you
fact.
said.
had to get it.
Wait on P. Wait on
And the
P.
only way
Wait
they
on
did it
P.
was
We
What he
didn't
said. What he
have
apparently
to
they
get
wait
looked
it.
on
We
out
P.
for you.
chose to get it.
But
Listen, your
what he
pastor
said,
looked
Craig.
out for you because
Yeah,
the practice is, and honestly, he's liable. He's liable. He's
yes.
Hmm.
liable to lose his 501c3. He's liable. If anything happens and y'all get annulled and this and that, y'all could really sue and all that. But the truth of the matter is, I'm telling you, bro, this is the system. You cannot go to a church and be like, yeah, we're gonna have a wedding here, such and such day, and not have that certificate.
Not that.
So
Listen,
because
this what
he
you. This what
relies
you.
on the government's grantation of a 501c3, then
Bro,
then
what church do
he
you got? What
forces
I
us to
guarantee
sign a
you've never been
contract.
a member of a church that wasn't a 501c3. I almost guarantee that, bro.
Oh, I don't know.
It's very unlikely that you've ever been a part
It
of a
is.
church
It
that
is. It's
wasn't a
very unlikely.
501c3.
I get that, but that's still the government putting their hands in it. It's the only reason why they're doing it.
Oh my God, you
Craig,
listen.
what
When
he's saying,
people
Craig,
have
is
a
that like
hero, right?
before I got married, before I had to go get to my marriage counselor, what you call it, I had to go to the courthouse and say I want to get married. That shit cost me
Right,
Exactly.
$25. It cost me $25
right.
for that certificate. That wasn't a marriage
Exactly.
certificate. That doesn't come. That actually don't get mailed to you till a month later after you get married in the United States. So when I got
Right.
married, I had to go to the court. I had to go to the church and say, "This is I went file for marriage certificate. This say this. I went file for certificate. It's gonna be a paper about this size. You take it to the priest. He's gonna sign it. But after you do that, the judge is gonna sign it. After both of them sign it, they're gonna send it to the state of Texas, to Austin. Send it to Austin. Come back. They go see that paper I just showed. That big long piece of paper on both sides says her name, my name, and the day we got married on. And then you have to
Mhm.
go file for that paper. That paper is no bigger than this. It's a little piece of paper. And the pastor signs it the day you get married. And then once you get married in the United States, the judge is going to sign it. You're now officially married. And that judge is going to send it to Austin.
Right.
That's right on that.
In some churches they actually do the mailing for you because you
Hey,
know you're
the
going to be on your
pastor
honeymoon and
signs
stuff.
it. That's a big.
So
That's a
yeah,
big piece.
after the pastor. But yeah, but I was going to say there was a couple in my church that we thought they was married this whole entire time, and they wanted to do a renewal, and my pastor had asked for like their certificate, and it was like, no, we're not married on paper. And he was like, I can't do a vow renewal for you. Like,
What
you're
up,
not,
Moses?
like, we have to, like, there has to be actual paperwork. And they got so upset at him. Like, really, really upset. And, like, he flat out had to pull out the law. They didn't get kicked out the marriage ministry because they've been together for, like, 25 years. But, yeah. He was like, but if the
25
two of
years
y'all
is
would
not a
like
long
to
time,
But
man.
get
he
married,
couldn't wouldn't marry him.
25 years is not a long time. You know that, right? OP? It's not a long time.
Heck yeah, it's a long time. 10 years
No,
is a
it
long
ain't.
time.
No, it
Pretty
ain't.
good. That's a pretty fair amount of time.
10
I'm still
years is
striving to
definitely a
hit
long time,
What
25.
up,
bro.
you sucker
I'm trying to hit
jabroni?
I'm married
25
on
years with
10
my
years.
marriage. We ain't got
I'm
there.
10 years.
We're
Craig,
Listen,
you
11
11,
years.
right?
We're
look.
Craig, you
11
Even
11?
the
years in,
insurance
bro.
companies,
I'm 10
even the
years in.
insurance
Yeah.
companies use 10 years as a year mark of like a marriage that's basically gonna make it. Even the insurance
Right.
companies.
Well, we've been together for 11. So, I mean, married for
I'm
11.
10.
We've been together for
And you know what that's based in? You know what that's based in? Psychology,
16. We've been
statistics.
together for 16 years, married for 11 of it.
we've been together for 9 years,
I think
married
it's
for
based on
How long you married?
statistics because statistically, if you make
Statistics
eight
it
and
years.
10,
statistics of psychology. Look it up, bro.
Because
Look it up.
I got married
Hey,
when I was
Craig.
30.
Craig, Dad's not gonna let you win on this one, Craig. I
Hey,
promise you,
it's
Dad's
just
not gonna let you
look,
win.
y'all, look. When I know something, I know something. If I think something, I'll say I think it.
well, I've never claimed to know it all. I'm going with anecdotal shit on
Don't
this,
know
and
it
you know
all,
that.
but the things I know, I do.
But let's play a little bit more of this and see how this exchange goes.
Yeah, yeah, indeed.
I'm talking about the
I
demon
think
in
you
you.
know what you
Not
know what's
putting the
really
demon
a
in you.
big piece
The
that people
demon in
don't recognize or they don't know. All right, so when you get married, what happens is that you actually place yourself under fealty. You place yourself under dominion, and the dominion goes church and then government. And I don't mean that the church is at the top. The government is. The church can't come take your kids, can they? No. The church
Yeah, they
can't
can.
say, what? No, they can't. You can't get what you can't find no what how a church going you could literally shoot whoever came to your door. But I dare you try and shoot a CPS agent coming to your door for your you gonna go do fed time. The church does not have that authority to come take your children, but I'm telling you the government does. The church don't got no right to come take nothing at your house, but I'm telling you the government does. All off of
Reason I say no, Des, to that because like say for instance with my niece in Mexico, her mom was literally a retarded ass, and by me being a godparent, she was more scared that I was gonna take the kid back from her because she was being a dumbass. You there, Des? He left out.
Yeah, no, he's in a blind. Let's
Uh,
play a little bit more of this, so maybe we can get shit popping again. Let's go.
What's your name? The demon in you.
You don't know my name. You have vertigo. Before, woman.
Crazy. There we go. That's the devil showing. That's the demon showing. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name, demon? What's your name? What's your name, demon? What's your name, demon? It's going to come. It's coming.
Guys.
It's coming.
1 second.
It's coming.
Guys.
It's coming.
Guys, hold on, wait. Quick.
Yo, I was letting that play out as long as possible. I didn't want to interrupt it because this is a pretty long clip, so I don't want to, expand it any further here. But let me know what you guys think about this.
What it is.
Now, I was trying to follow his story. Is he saying that he wifeyed a woman that said that he put hands and feet on her, or is he saying that he was with another woman? Like, I'm trying to follow along with his story here. If he's saying that he was with a woman that ultimately put him in a scenario.
Hold on.
Oh, my bad.
I
can't see the video.
There's a video playing. Okay, I kind of figured you couldn't hear it.
Yeah, nope, I can't even. Hold on, I'm gonna see what I can. Okay.
Like, Diz, what are we doing? Oh, goddamn. I done had to correct 5 or 6 people. But no.
You thought I was talking. I was saying something bad. I was talking the whole time. You say, no shot. I said, I'm talking, Greg.
Right.
The video ain't working.
You may have to turn the app off and come back on the app to be able to see the video.
Let me try that.
I will wait.
Nah, this was spit. I was listening. I was doing quick little exercises with my sergeant major while y'all was talking. Des was cooking the whole time. I will go lie to you.
Des does pretty good. When he knows something, he knows something. We can speak on it. His perspective is valid as fuck. That's my dog, man.
That's why I love my friend. I love y'all, but I love my friend.
I'll cuss him out, and then be in the next panel would be like, I'll dog whoever's trying to dog him. It is what it is. We family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, did you see my profile picture, Craig?
Yeah, the camel.
Isn't this debate from like a year ago?
Who said the other day about camel? The other day, OG. So what we talking about today about camel the other day?
Yeah.
Probably on Moses' panel. Moses like to talk.
Yeah, it was on Moses' panel, yeah. But it was something stupid. Wasn't it something crazy? No, it was on Dez's panel. It was on Dez's panel.
I was waiting for Dez to come back, but I don't know. I don't know what's taking him so damn long.
The fucking stock market's pissing me the fuck off.
It's still not working.
It's still not working? God damn it.
Nope, it got a box with the plate, with the little play symbol on there, and then there's an X over it and say video cannot be played. I don't know what that's about.
What?
Yeah.
Let me see. We're about 10 minutes in.
Is corny.
Let me see. Yeah, let me see if I can restart that and see if it helps, Des. Hold on.
Okay. It might be on my end. I just tried to update, but there wasn't no update over.
Let me see. It was this one.
What I do.
This isn't a.
Damn, that's crazy. I don't know. I must got a bad version or something.
You have
bad update version.
Now I hit the sync video. You tell me if it loads for you.
Yeah, no, it ain't loading. It ain't.
God damn it.
I don't know. Figure it out.
That's probably the universe saying, Des, this debate is mad corny and you don't need to see it.
So I did watch it. We can go through a little bit of a synopsis of what it was. What Coolie has said whenever he started this debate with Yada was Marriage is a
I'm, I'm,
beautiful thing,
I'm gonna go
but
live and
one,
I'm gonna line you, Craig. Maybe I can see the
all
video
right,
on my side. Hold on.
all right.
Coolie Yada.
Oh,
So
fuck.
Okay, okay. All right.
Oh hell no! I know this motherfucker not driving on this
He's
road knowing it's closed until
delusional.
8 o'clock.
He's delusional. His
It's
wife is
8:40.
delusional.
I
They
can't
just
log
out
into the
here
stocks.
delusional.
It's
Cooley
8:40. I
said,
can't log in. Fuck.
that marriage is a beautiful thing between a man and a woman. Um, his only issue that he takes with it is the way that the government has set up marriage, and it incentivizes women to leave. There's no real benefit to a man getting the certificate.
I got
Yeah,
mine. Fuck that.
yeah,
Keeping my
I
shit.
agree with that. Like, I really see the real main benefit for getting married legally with the system involved is children. Well, other than that, everything that a man could get in a marriage is the same shit he could get in a regular relationship.
Yeah, but you could even with the children, right? Your wife can take your last name. She can go and change her name to your last name, no matter what, even without this paper. She can file taxes with you, married filing jointly, even without a marriage certificate. You can use all of those benefits at the same time and never have any of the repercussions that come of a woman choosing to leave. You could
Yeah, that's
sign
right.
prenups. You could sign
So
prenups. You could do all of that before. You can have children that have the father's last name. The wife could even have the father's last name without signing a certificate that goes to the government. And once you sign a certificate that goes to the government that says you are married, then there are incentives for the woman the first time that something shady happens to just leave the relationship.
But women go back to using that last name. Look, anime. That's my father gave me that name, anime. That ain't your name. My father gave me that last name.
I mean, we should call it only let change her name O'Neal when she got married to that preacher man.
And you know why she did it? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm about to say too. That's a prime example. She went back to being O'Neal, even though she married a dude from right there here in Houston. They went back and she changed her name back to O'Neal because that's the children's last name. Like when you see like Hillary
No,
Rodham Clinton.
no, she didn't. She's keeping, but she hyphenated the O'Neal because of the fact that she built her brand. That was the excuse that she said. Personally, I'm like, bitch, if at this point, if you don't move on and do something else.
OP, do you watch the TV show? You watch the TV show Chicago, the Shy.
No,
The guy named
it's not
Darnell.
my cup of tea.
Okay, you okay? How about the you? I know you've seen R. Kelly trapped in a closet, right?
Yes.
Okay, the guy who plays Rufus is also the guy who plays Darnell in Chicago and the Shy and all kinds of stuff. That is my ex
Mhm.
brother-in-law. That is my ex
Okay.
brother-in-law. My sister divorced him, got married. That dude was beating her ass. Divorced him. Now she went back to because now Orlando is famous. Now he's a TV. Now he's an actor and all kind of stuff. And he went. Now she changed her name back to Boyce. You think that was fair to Orlando for that?
Hold
And the
on.
kids are
No,
grown.
I don't think that's fair at all. I mean, look, how the way I see divorce, when I'm done, I'm done. When I got divorced the first time, I basically said, fuck you and your last name.
All
And
right,
I
y'all,
went
hold
back to
on.
my motherfucking
Hold
maiden
on one
name.
second. So look up Coolie and Yada's debate, and the
Who
video that
was it?
I'm playing,
It was Yada and who?
Cooley,
Cooley,
Cooley.
Coolie. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Coolie.
the dude with the braids in his hair that don't like black women,
No,
and then turned around and got a
Cooley.
single
Sorry.
white woman pregnant that had kids already, and everybody's now making fun of him.
Explosive debate about what?
It says explosive debate. Hold on. Gets heated.
It's heated.
Gloves are off. Oh shit.
I got you.
Straight into the trailer.
Alright. Pull that up.
It's like 29
This isn't a
minutes.
man.
I see it. They actually
And
it's actually an hour and 47 minutes, but I see the clip you're
for
talking about.
right. I didn't want to play the long one. And we were about
All right.
9 minutes in.
What the hell? It ain't letting me play nothing here too.
Oh really?
What
It's your
the
That's
phone.
hell?
fucked up.
Your
Yeah,
phone.
it's
It
your
must be your
phone.
phone.
It's your phone. Stop using
What I
Apple.
gotta do?
Stop using Apple.
Did you
I am
update? Did
using
you
Apple.
update the
What are you
app?
talking about?
You stupid. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's dumb as hell. Message, you need to message Vigo, like on the give feedback thing, and complain about that.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a
Because
fact.
their new update isn't working for everybody. I'm glad that they did do the new update though, because it used to be where if somebody would screen share, you could only see it once. Like I could see the first screen share, but if they
Right.
tried to do it again, it wouldn't let me see shit unless I minimized it.
Yeah, it's been fucking up a lot of shit, man. Damn, bro, I
They
want to
got
see a
some
video. I have
glitches.
to wait till I get to the house now, though. But go ahead, do
Yeah.
your thing, man. Do your thing. I
All right,
ain't going
Brody.
I'm stay right here. I'm
All
stay
right,
lying.
Brody. I'll play a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Let's see what's up.
Guys,
It's coming.
guys, hold on, wait. Quick.
Yo, I was letting that play out as long as possible. I didn't want to interrupt it because this is a pretty long clip, so I don't want to, expand it any further here. But let me know what you guys think about this. Now, I was trying to follow his story. Is he saying that he wifeyed a woman that said that he put hands and feet on her, or is he saying that he was with another woman? Like, I'm trying to follow along with his story here. If he's saying that he was with a woman that ultimately put him in a scenario where he was facing prison time, that's nasty work. And I guess his argument is, I'm a man and I chose this woman, therefore I'm gonna stay in a situation like that. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Let me know what you
wild.
guys think about that. To call him a devil and you don't know his.
So, Dez, I don't know if you know much about Yada. Do you know much about Yada?
Hey, I didn't peep him a minute ago. I kind of stopped watching all them guys though, but yeah, I'm hip to him.
Okay, so you heard the story. I guess you probably have heard his story where he talks about getting into a confrontation with his woman, and his woman got in his face. He pushed her, and then she ran out the house, went to the neighbors, and the neighbor said that he beat her, and he was looking at facing some real time,
The
all that,
woman
right?
that he's with now, like that light skinned girl with the
Did
dress.
he? I was asking Des, did he wind up staying with that woman, or did he leave that woman?
If it's who I'm thinking it is, and again, I'm really light low. Yeah, I think they ended up staying together. I think they got back together type shit.
Holy
So,
shit!
question: Is it the same thing that happened to Shannon Sharp? Ain't it the same thing that happened?
Not
No.
really. Yeah.
Shannon Sharp. What are you talking about with that white girl?
Yeah.
All right,
No,
so
Shannon Sharp just had some fetishes going on, and that
yeah,
white
he
girl
did.
was feeling that.
What
And then
okay?
once he stopped giving her money, she decided she would expose this shit.
Hey, Craig, I gotta go. I got an interview to do with Lily real quick, man. We gonna.
All right, Brody.
Shit. All right, in a sec. Yeah, we gonna get to the bottom of some shit, man. For real.
So that's what he got. That's what he gives his money over some freaky shit. Oh,
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so the Shannon Sharp thing, he was in some weird shit, and he was sending some like kinky, like slave master text messages with this white girl, and uh, she
And,
exposed all of that after he stopped paying it.
well, it's his own fucking thing. It's, people gotta realize when you're famous and you got to be that much millions, and because he's losing a lot of his money, he got fired from ESPN twice, and so that's a big majority of your money. And then the money that all your NFL money now, you're gonna lose that too. That's fucked up. That's a retirement.
Yeah, he gonna lose the money because of how he did that whole situation, how he handled it. He should have kept paying that lady. If you're gonna be in that, you got to keep paying.
That's why you get your Asian girl. The Asian girl ain't gonna say shit. I promise you.
What up, Gina? What up, Spooky?
Hey,
Asian girl ain't gonna
hey, hey, y'all.
do shit
We're gonna
with you.
play a little bit more of this, and let them get it in. It does get kind of redundant. They start using ad hominems and attacking each other. Kind of entertaining, but at the same time, I don't really like Yada at all, and I kind of am biased to what Coolie says and how he's viewing this conversation because I share similar thoughts on it. The government
Which one,
incentivized women to
Yada?
leave.
But
Yada, the
I
one on the
agree. I
left,
agree. Like
Cooley's
I
the one
couldn't
on the right.
understand at first. I
Mm.
couldn't understand at first when he said that what type of relationship was when he was in. I couldn't understand he went home and then the girl said she stopped beating him. Like what type? Where were you at where you get caught and get 44 years for a say so? Because no matter what, police are gonna come in. They're gonna mark if she's been beaten up or whatever. They're gonna mark that, and you're gonna get 44 years on nothing. I can't believe that. I can't see that at all because when I got divorced, my second wife, the one officer came to the office to the house and said to the court to say when we're going through our divorce, it took 5 years for my divorce, that about me being her fifth husband and how many times domestic violence calls that she got called on. My lawyer called for the police department to pull up all the records she had. She had 25 domestic violence calls on her 5 husbands.
Right.
4 was mine. And not
Right.
no times in Pennsylvania that I showed marks on her or anything else because they take down the marks. This is Pennsylvania. They take down the marks and say, "Oh, who's marked up, who's not marked up." And here I'm leaving the house, so I'm scratched up. I'm going to her mama's house because I had no family in Pennsylvania. No, all my family's here in Houston. Here in Texas, so I had no family in Pennsylvania. Out of the 2 years of me being married to this girl, I'm even going to her mom's house. So when I got divorced, it took 5 years for the divorce. The cops showed
Name
up and said,
and
because my lawyer asked the
the
cop,
ad
"Ma'am, you
hominems
have
and so on
20."
and
It was
so
28
forth. I mean,
domestic violence charges,
let's keep
and
it
4 on
about the
Mr.
facts
And
and
that's what
the
I was. But oh,
Yeah. Here we go.
actual topic. Okay, let's not, deviate from the topic and start name calling and so on and so forth. But let me know what you guys think about that.
I destroy men like
coming, and you're gonna see it.
It's coming.
You're gonna see it.
I want to make sure we clearly get the answer because
he never answered the question.
Should marriage
emotions.
It's coming. And Yada, just so I can be clear here, should marriage be the ultimate goal for men?
All men should strive to marry the woman that they're with. If they don't see that, they should not be with her. Period.
Now, Cool, I do want to give you the opportunity to respond to this. How much of a man's reluctance, or just men in general, their reluctance to get married is based on fear or hurt from past relationships?
I mean, it depends on a man. That's an anecdotal question. But, I mean, a few things that he said there. He's talking about the red pill community. I mean, if you look into that, no one you're speaking about the red pill community and pointing at me. No one said that I'm in that community. So you have this mindset where you hear certain content and then you just put everyone in a box. That's not how it goes. The thing is this, my brother. The red pill, that concept is just based off of truth. When they asked me the question, I spoke truth. I did not speak how I feel. You're a woman, and you're going to get this work now. You are a female. I'm looking at across this table in your eyes. You spoke nothing but feelings. You spoke about, oh, your situation, and that you're a victim, and that, oh, and you still married the woman. Great for you, my friend. Great for you. They asked me a question, and I answered it. I never said I was against marriage or anything like that. I answered it properly and said I'm against the marriage in modernity times. Pre-modernity, it was great because women wasn't really working. They were that incentivization for a woman, it was needed. Currently, right now, there's no need for it.
There's no need for marriage?
You can't even dispute my point.
There's no need for marriage? What'd you say?
I said currently right now, there is no need for the incentivization for women to be incentivized to leave the marriage. They are incentivized to leave the marriage. Would you, and now I'm gonna pose the question to you. Would you sign a contract? You seem like a businessman, you're wearing a suit. Would you sign a contract that the other party is incentivized to break it?
Brother,
answer it, yes or no.
Brother,
don't give me your feelings.
Like you said, I am a businessman. A great businessman. And I understand that family is the first business. I'm speaking, brother. You're shaking your head already.
You ain't answer the question.
You're talking about feminine traits. You're shaking your head already. You're shaking your head already.
Females avoid questions.
I'm speaking, brother. I'm speaking.
Yes or no?
You're showing feminine traits again. I listened to you. I did not cut you off. Not once.
This is crazy.
Not once. Control the panties, please. Control the panties.
Hey, bro, come on.
Control the panties.
Little Ninja Turtle over here talking about control the panties. I'm about to get Master Splinter and to correct you, brother. Chill out, man. You sound silly.
Go ahead, Yada. Brother, again, family
this is crazy.
The first business. If I'm stepping into a business to make money, and I don't think the business partner I'm with is beneficial to me, I will not do business with. Is beneficial to me, I will not do business with that person. Do you understand? Oh, the demon showing again.
You didn't answer the question.
I just told you.
You didn't answer the question.
Family is the first business.
So you
if
will
I
sign
have
a contract.
to question, marriage is a contract, brother.
Yeah, but
marriage is a contract.
They are incentivized.
Marriage
Your wife
is
right
a
now,
contract.
she's incentivized to leave you.
Marriage is a contract, brother. If my woman left me, she deserves more than half, brother.
That's great,
my
but she's
woman.
still incentivized.
Again, if I'm stepping into a relationship based off fear, I have no business being in a relationship. Feminine traits. Control yourself, brother.
Not feminine traits
Control
at all.
yourself, brother.
So you mean to tell me what is marriage? Marriage is from the biblical perspective, right? So that means that let's just take it back. Let's just take it back even further than pre-modernity, right? So at the end of the day, marriage is a covenant between the man, the woman, and God. There weren't any contracts that was made to incentivize women to leave the man during when marriage first came about. There wasn't anything like this. So I'm not against marriage. I think you still don't understand my point. And I'm not saying not to get into marriage because of fear. I'm just stating what's true. You're using feelings again. So what is true? Would you sign a contract that someone is incentivized to break it?
You just said you're not talking about fear, but you keep on saying, oh, she can take half and she can leave you. Brother,
no. Hold
on, brother.
That isn't fear, it's a fact.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. No, you're giving your opinion, brother.
No,
Stop.
That is a fact.
Stop.
Please refute my point.
Are you married?
Please refute.
Are you married?
I'm not married. No.
Okay, so how can you speak on this, brother? You're not qualified to even open your mouth right now. You're not qualified to open your mouth right now. You're not married.
Okay, so marriage is a relationship. So marriage is under the umbrella of a relationship. So therefore, since someone doesn't have a title, that doesn't even make no sense. That's a logical fallacy. That's the appeal to authority fallacy, which means that you could say that, well, bro, you don't have a certificate, so you can't speak on this.
What?
What are you speaking about? So, mean to tell me, let's test your logic real quick. If someone is a mechanic and they have 15 years of experience, but they never got their certificate, 15 years of experience. The other person, they have 1 year of experience, but they got their certificate. Who do you think is better at fixing your car?
If I have,
who do you think is better at fixing your car? Answer the question. What I'm telling you,
you're not making sense. You're not making sense again.
You committed a logical fallacy.
Your feminine traits are showing again.
Bro,
again.
Let's keep the.
You're gonna lose this debate,
what up,
bro.
Gina?
The boy in the braid. Oh my God.
Wait, you like Coolie?
No, well, he thinking how he thinking. He thinking from a single perspective, and he having questions. He not fully understanding. He ain't gonna understand because he's not married. I think that's what the guy in the suit trying to tell him. Like, okay,
So
you
I'm
not
married, I'm married, but I agree with Coolie 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cooley's being logical.
Cooler with the braids.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just, and the reason why I say I think he's being logical is because of the way our government is structured, it does incentivize women to leave the marriage. So he said in his opening statement that if you love a woman, you should get married. If you are both in love, you should do so. But because in order to take the incentivization out of the equation, you might look into prenups. Because women are just incentivized to leave marriage. Our government does that. You can't give food stamps or not food stamps. You can't get housing unless the man is out of the home. You can't, you know what I mean? The likelihood of receiving food stamps is lower with
abuse it. They'll be married for a little while and then like, oh, I don't think I think I made the wrong decision. I'm like, well, you shouldn't say.
right.
When he asked to
It's not
marry
coveted
you,
in the same way it used to be.
right,
That's why he spoke on pre-modernity and modernity.
right.
What's up, Jay? Jay Deshawn. All right.
Yeah,
Here
so
we
like
go.
some women mess it up for like women like me. I'm not looking. If I leave the marriage, I leave the marriage. I don't want nothing from you if it comes to that. But hope we can work it out if it ain't abusive.
Right. Here we go. Play a little bit more.
This is getting out of hand a little bit, right? The personal attacks, you're a woman. Like, let's stick to the actual facts and the topic. Okay, is marriage best for a man? Okay, and I think what Cooley's saying here, he's not against marriage, but signing a contract, having the government in your affairs is not necessarily in your best interest as a man. Okay, and Yada is basically saying it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. If you're signing a contract, you should ultimately, I guess, trust the woman or get into the relationship and put God first, and then everything else will just work out. And it's like you also need to put the work in as well. Okay, you have the faith, okay, great, but you also need to put the work in as a man in order to secure yourself in that situation. Okay, when you're living in 2024, 2025 is a whole lot different in comparison to the 1950s.
So Cooley, do you consider there to be any benefit to marriage for men?
Okay, hold on. Gina, give me 1 second. I got to take a couple pictures. Hold on.
Okay.
What's up, Natty? Okay. I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Well, let me ask the question this way. I'll bring the question and pose it to
stuttering.
him. No one's stuttering.
Nah, you don't have to ask me no questions,
but
brother.
I'll pose the question to the entire audience in the conversation. What benefit does a marriage? I mean, there's a few benefits that marriages get, that men get in marriage, and that's okay, tax benefits and multiple other benefits. But as far as signing the paper, because we got to differentiate the two. Marriage, being married in a covenant under a church, under religion or God and stuff like that, yeah, it's spiritual. The only other benefit is some tax benefits. Other than that, what benefit does a marriage? What? So let me benefits a man? Let me just finish real quick. My point.
Got it.
The question that I'm posing is, what benefit does a man get in a marriage that he already doesn't get in a relationship?
Okay, bro. Now listen to me, brother. You said the spiritual. You said the spirit. You said the, I'm not gonna answer the way you want me to, but I'm gonna answer it.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much.
Got it.
You say the spiritual aspect. Take that away. You can't take it away. When you're doing business at a high level, clearly this is not a business, man. He's a TikToker. I get it. But when you're doing business at a high level, the first thing the person asks you is, "Are you married? Come to dinner. Bring your wife." That validates how consistent a man can be, how trustworthy a man can be. No real man is going to shack up with a woman and not make sure she's properly taken care of if he passes away. So if Coolie built a lot of wealth and he's with a woman and he dies, guess what's going to happen? Guess who's going to get the wealth? Not the woman that he's been shacking up with.
Oh, that's a lie. You can do all of that without signing a piece of paper. You can put someone on your will. You can make a woman a beneficiary. Listen, let me answer the question.
I can't wait.
So what I'm telling you is, what you just said is a lie. So there's, you just said that. Well, what's in it gonna? What is the wife going to benefit from this marriage if he happens to die? Well, he could still put her on the will. He could still make her a beneficiary. He could do all of these things without actually signing that paper. Also, right, if he is in a relationship with a woman, he can still protect and provide for that woman. If he loves that woman, he can still take a bullet for that woman.
And this is what I mean right here when I said this is not a businessman. Because if you write a will can be contested. Do you know what that means? Contested. You're not a man. You're not making no real money, so you don't understand. Listen to me for one moment. No, brother. I heard you say on a podcast you make over 6 figures a year. I make over 6 figures a month. We're 2 different types of men.
That's totally fine. You're still a Ninja Turtle.
Next feminine traits.
What up, Russ?
You started
feminine traits.
So I asked him. The crazy thing is, before we started,
look at the demon showing his face.
Do you want to make ad hominem attacks?
Come on, look at me when you're speaking.
That's nasty. So check it out. Let's try to keep it. Let's try to stay progressive here, fellas, because I want to make sure we can actually move through this, because this is actually a really important conversation, because Coolie's not the only guy I've heard say that.
Right.
There's a lot of men that actually believe this, because we've seen things go left for men on many occasions, and there is just a lot of discomfort and concern building around the union of marriage. So I'm curious about this because, you know, I got a little sister myself. Many of us, just how life is going to go, we're going to end up raising daughters ourselves. It's just kind of what it is.
Yeah.
I know sometimes we can get caught up in protecting ourselves as men, which we have to. I mean, we have to think about what practically makes sense for us. But let's think about it like this. I want to twist this. If we were giving some game to our little sisters or a woman that we care about, is it a good idea, or do you think, Coolie, a woman can still be secure, protected, and I guess comforted in a marriage without the legal document and paperwork? Is that a good deal for the woman as well?
Yeah, she could be married in a church under, you know, the Spirit of God. That's totally fine. Why would you? The thing is, like, this whole thing as far as the legal situation, this is still new. You know what I mean? And the legal situation, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. It only benefits the woman. It doesn't benefit the man at all. And the man, the only reason why, like, did you listen, or did anyone listen to the things that I said in the beginning? Pre-modernity, women weren't really working. They weren't in the workforce. So the reason why they made the marriage laws this way, where women get alimony and things like that, is to incentivize them because they're not working, right? But prior to even that, there wasn't any incentivization for women to get. Now we're in modernity. Women are in the workforce. So therefore, why are they still being incentivized to leave the man? That doesn't add up. That's the only part that I'm against, is the legal part. Marriage itself is a blessing. It's a great thing.
What about the selection process?
What you mean?
Choosing the right woman? How much do you think that factors into it?
I mean, that factors into everything. I mean, a man choosing the right woman is everything. A man needs to have discernment. A man,
You're right,
he needs
There's
to
nowhere
really,
in the Bible that says that a woman is a provider.
Really make sure he's choosing a woman that's worthy of taking a bullet for. Like, this is the thing. Women want a man to protect and provide for them and to take a bullet for, right? That's what they want. They want a leader. So the man should find a woman that's worth taking a bullet for, a very submissive woman, a feminine woman, a woman that's going to cheerlead him on, a woman that's going to be by his side. Yeah.
A leader does not need anyone to cheerlead them on. They just lead. They just lead. And this is what I'm saying, brother. I understand that you were raised in a home without a father. I can see it all on you. Now listen to me. I love you, and I want you to understand this.
Scott.
I love you. But bro, you've been hurt. You've been extremely hurt, and it's still showing. And it's still showing. And it's still. You're stuttering, brother. And it's showing.
I've never been as hurt as
showing, brother. It's
never
showing.
Been as hurt.
It's showing.
You just explain your whole
it's
situation.
Showing,
how
brother.
hurt you were.
Yada,
it's showing,
quick
brother.
question,
So
Yada.
I'm sorry for you. I never had no chick play me like that.
What do you see? The reality of it is, going back to it, it is a lot of men that that have fear around marriage. What does that say?
And this is what men need to do. Brothers, if you have to question the woman that you're with, you need to go back into healing. We are responsible for the women that we bring into our lives. And as the brother said, men are leaders. And we lead in the good and the bad. And real leaders take full accountability for everything that goes on in their life. So if you chose the wrong woman, it's your fault. And then ask yourself why you chose that wrong woman, and self-reflect on which you need to be. Praises.
There you have it. I want to make, we're about to close this one out in a few. I wanted to give, obviously you just spoke, I want to give Coolie an opportunity to close out. Did you have any final thoughts, on this topic before we close out and move to the next subject here, or the next topic? Should marriage be the ultimate goal for men?
Marriage is a beautiful thing. Anyone out there that wants to get married, go ahead. If you're a woman and you find a man, a leader, a protector, a provider, a good man, submit to that man. If you're a man and you find a woman that's worthy of taking a bullet for, that's, on your side, that's being very submissive and feminine to you, and, she's a good woman, you have this chemistry. If it's a good relationship, go ahead and get married.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Okay, so let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Okay, I don't even know if I would call this a debate. I think this was...
Yeah, it was more just a conversation.
Yeah.
Amongst the two that got a little heated. But I don't disagree with Cooley's point. Yada made some valid points in there too, but I don't disagree with Cooley's point. Yada's making points from a stance of someone that is married, who definitely had a woman that tried to put him in prison for 44 fucking years, and he was told to plead out for 15, and he didn't take a plea deal. So Yada's not a bad guy either. I just think that his perspective is going to forever be tainted, even in that, because he chose the wrong woman, but he's living with it. He's still living with the wrong woman.
Right. Yeah, you got that the debate between Coolie and King Knowledge.
Yeah, I got it, but I'm not going to break it down to record it. I'm not going to break it down to record it for this podcast. But we're not doing that. We're not going to do that to King Knowledge.
And then
like
again,
that.
Craig. Craig, you have to look at Cooley's situation. Cooley is like kind of being defensive, moving off of fear, as in any woman he gonna get, he gonna be he gonna protect himself, because he gonna feel like, oh, she might take everything I got or whatever like that. And then it do boil down to you, okay, if you would know how a woman moves when you dating her. That's why
I don't think you're wrong for wanting to protect yourself, though, even with prenups. I don't think you're wrong.
Yeah, true. Yeah, right. Yeah, true. But
that's all that he was saying. Protect yourself with a prenup. That was really his entire argument. If you find someone that you love, that loves you and submissive, and you think is going to be every woman, like the woman of your dream, you should absolutely marry that woman. But with the way the system is set up, you should protect yourself as well, because she's going to protect herself. The government already gives her every incentive to leave.
Yeah, true.
You do.
But
you gotta find a woman that like you more than you like her. I think you gotta find a female that digs you more than you dig her, and it might work out.
I don't know. I've been married for 11 years.
Sometimes, because now I switch to motives, as in I'm gonna find a man that like me more than I like him, because they typically use the fact that you like them so much, they will do anything. They will treat you like a dog just because you like them so much. So I've been through that. So I changed the perspective on that. Mm-mm.
Right. Well, I'm going to end the segment of the podcast like right here. Then I can down.